Nation. Yo, I came out here. I'm still doing my videos for today. Found this nice little cozy spot over here by in Central Park. Got a little thing in there that says King Henry the Fourth something in front of this nice little cottage house looking thing. I'm feeling this spot right here. So I figured I'll come here, do another one of my little videos, you know, my experience in the fashion industry and all of that kind of stuff, right? So, let's see, I'm going back a little while before I trademarked my Sir Benny Miles brand. Before the Sir Benny Miles brand was trademarked, which I did myself. I gotta say, I was trying to find my identity, and this is something you're gonna have to do if you're, you know, aspiring to be successful as an artist in the fashion industry or in any industry. As an artist, you have to find your identity. You have to find your name and what people are going to get to know you as. So for me, let's see what that journey was like. My first thing in the fashion industry that I started to call myself was the sewing guy. This was after I did spend some time in college, you know, from California State University. Then I went to FIT because I realized all of the literature we were studying for fashion in California was coming from FIT in New York City. And I'm from New York City. So I was like, why come all the way to California to read literature that's right from where I'm from, right? So I went back home, went to FIT, and after, you know, getting some formal training in fashion, I think you should do in any one of these artistic fields. You need to get a little formal training because you got to get familiar with certain technical things. You know, for example, in fashion, I had to get familiar with the machines, the fabrics, terminologies, certain techniques, finishes, all these little different things, right? So after I got all of that, I hit the streets and I started really trying to do my own thing, right? So the first name I started to identify myself by is the sewing guy. And that's because I was sewing, right? It made sense. I'm sewing everything, I'm making things with the sewing machine. I'm a sewing guy. So I incorporated that actually. Sewing guy incorporated, that's what it was. And I don't know, that lasted for a little while. And then I started getting a little bit more creative and I was like, no, I need a better name. And then I came up with De La Bum. De La B-U-M. Capital B, capital U, capital M. And De La is French for of the, and bum I had as an acronym stand for Black Urban Man. So De La Bum was of the Black Urban Man, which was me. So I started getting a little creative, a little more creative with the names and stuff. And after that, let's see, Bum Equipment came out. Bum Equipment came out, I remember, and they blew up all over the place. And I was like, they were more known for the bum, the name, than I was, and I felt like it was too similar. It was too similar. I was like, no, you can't have two bums in the fashion industry, so if it's going to be Bum Equipment, I can't be De La Bum. I need a new name. And I like the logo, too. I was, you know, developing my eye and my skill creating logos and stuff like that, concepts. And after De La Bum, I went to Jeans motherfucking Jeans. I remember that. I created this nice leather patch, embroidered, had the name embroidered on a nice leather patch because, I've seen a lot of jean companies making these nice leather patches for their jeans. And I was into jeans real heavy at the time. I was really developing a jean, my jean design. And so I was like, jeans, motherfucking jeans. But I spelled motherfucking MUTHAFUKN. So it wasn't like a curse in your face, but it sounded like the curse. Jeans, motherfucking jeans. And I was really excited because the jeans suit that I made was off the hook. I actually did pictures with it, did my first little ad. Shout out to my man Steve-O. He wanted to do the ad for me, but I did it myself at that time. And so jeans, motherfucking jeans was created. And that's the first time. Let me see. No, De La Boom was the first time I actually went to the stores to try to, get my stuff in the stores. And I remember Simon. It was a store called Simon on Pickens Avenue, actually Belmont Avenue, around Pickens, that was very popular for urban streetwear and hip hop clothing. And he actually took a shot with me. He took the clothes. He took my clothes, and it was selling. And I had these partners, this one girl, these two guys, and that didn't work out because they was trying to rob me and have me do all the work and they collect all the money. And that was my first time being exposed to that. But it let me see that I had a knack for making stuff that could go into the stores. So yeah, that's what happened with De La Bum with Simon. And then after De La Bum, jeans, motherfucking jeans. But the stores wasn't trying to feel that brand. That, the motherfucking, it was too profanity. They didn't want the kids coming in there asking for that brand. So I had to scrap jeans, motherfucking jeans. And from there, I was studying a lot of other designer brands. Donna Karan, Calvin Klein, Ralph Lauren, Balenciaga. And what I realized was a lot of these designers were using their own name, right? So it's like, I should use my own name. And so I said, Aaron Benjamin Miles. No, that didn't even sound good to me. So I was like, nah. And just as a side note, back then, I used to hate my mother calling me my middle name, which is Benjamin. She used to always call me Benjamin when she wanted to get under my skin and get me upset. She would say, Benjamin, and I hated it. But when I was trying to come up with my name, I was like, that's my name, I should use it for something, right? So and I wanted a name, I don't know, this was in my head. I wanted a name that people would have to, the name showed respect. It was respectful, or it made people respect me, whether they wanted to or not. So I was trying to say Mr. Aaron Benjamin Miles, and of course that sounds so terrible, right? So I said Mr. Benny Miles, and I was like, no. And then Sir just came into my head. So I was like, Sir Benny. Oh, that's kind of working right there, Sir Benny. And then I added the last name on there, Miles. Sir Benny Miles. Rolls right off of the tongue. And then Donna Karan, she was always doing her Donna Karan New York and DKNY. For some reason, she was stuck in my head. A few other designers I saw was doing that. And so I said, Sir Benny Miles, New York. There you have it. Once I said Sir Benny Miles, New York, it was a rap, yo. That was the name. And I had to rush and go try to trademark that as my trademark brand. And it was available, of course, because that's my name. Who else would go trademark my name, right? And I trademarked it myself. I studied and I learned how to do a trademark. And in 1995, around 1995 or 1996, Sir Benny Miles, New York, was officially traded trademark. Was an official trademark brand. And there you have it, man. So if you start in your journey and you're trying to, trying to achieve success as an artist, you gotta find your identity. What do you call yourself? What's your name? And after you get your name, you're gonna have to create a logo. You know, something that's unique and distinctive. As soon as people see it, they're gonna remember that, right? And that will be your identity. And that will be your brand. And from there, you're just going to start marketing. You start marketing, and you try to establish your name and your brand, and your identity, and you start moving towards success as a artist, aka a designer, like I did, Sir Benny Miles, New York, out here, Central Park, in front of this little cottage, little house. I wouldn't mind living in a nice little spot like this, man. I think this is the future for me right here. Yeah. So, like I. Oh. One, two.